Gamers, we gotta talk. You know, we love our steaks medium rare, but I think it's time to eat a rubber piece and just get it well done. Because what are we doing here? Many of you might see this tweet from Bungie and go, this is a huge W. I call this putting another band-aid on. It is a W. We're not getting our power resets. We're not getting our unstable cores taken away. But you have to understand, we called this literally. When Edge of Fate launched, we were like, dude, everybody is going to complain about the power reset. And I just want to bring this up. As soon as I started playing Edge of Fate, the day I streamed it, I was going in and doing the campaign, turning into a little Pokeball. The next day, I'm in Encore grinding and people are going, Clyde, it's a new campaign. It's a new Edge of Fate. It's new content and you're doing an old activity. Wow, Bungie really sucks at making new content. Remember that thought. Then everybody, I'm telling you, for a month straight, everybody kept coming into my live chats, my Twitch, my YouTube videos, my TikToks, and they're like, well, they're just gonna reset power anyway. There's no reason to keep playing the game because they're just gonna reset your power, Clyde. Bungie took all that heat for the first month of people just bitching about restarting power, and then they fold. They literally tweet this and said seasonal power is gonna carry over to December now, but they only do this because their player base is folding. They're at the lowest of all-time low right now. If they would have said this a month ago, maybe it would have been okay, but they're just showing that they got no balls. And if you don't agree with that, you don't understand all the hate. That's all I seen in chat. Clyde, we're losing power. They're going to make us regrind our power. This is stupid. Blah, 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 blah. Bungie likes the drama. If you guys don't agree with me, I'm telling you, they love when people shit talk their game. They do it on purpose. They let you talk shit and then they just change it and go, oh, hey, all good, guys. Not a big deal. They wanted you to make their shit trending on Twitter because they just love it. And I don't understand it. Now, the next part, the unstable cores, duh, we know that. Unstable cores suck. You know, it costs way too much to make them reset in December. But you have to understand this. That's what they pitch. If you go back to when they really pitched Edge of Fate, they were like, unstable cores, this is how you're going to power level up. And we don't want anyone hoarding because we don't want the grinders to hoard and we want all the new players to feel equal. They use this as a benchmark of pitching the power level grind in Edge of Fate, and then they just folded on the idea. Do I think this is a good change? I think you should get rid of unstable cores, period. They shouldn't be in the game. Once you get to 400, 450 power, you're probably going to delete everything unless it's a gear that you're going to keep or replace. So you probably have 3, 4, 5, 6, 700,000. But when you're starting to infuse and make all your builds, that's where you'll start spending a couple 100,000. But again, it's just stupid. Beginning next week on October 14th, that's when the portal changes are coming. If you guys don't know this, there's huge changes coming to the portal. Bungie's only really talked about it in the TWID. There's some huge changes coming to the portal. All the bonus drops. So on October 14th, not only are you going to be able to go pick up that chest and get free 300 gear, but now when you sign on, if you do 3 bonus drops from Skywatch, you will get 3 powerful drops towards your power level grind. And then you can go to Caldera and get the 3 drops. And then you can go to Creation. And then you can go to K1 and then Conflux and Salt Mines. So right here alone is 18 powerful drops plus your completion. So you're looking at 24 powerful drops just by doing every single solo ops. Diversity. You're not just sitting in Caldera. It's kind of like what the portal should have been off launch, right? Because then you can go over to Fireteam ops and do the same thing. Get all these bonus drops. You're going to skyrocket in power October 14th. But is it too little too late? Why make that change last second? By the way, while we're talking about these portals, I don't know about you guys, but when you turn the game on and you go, I don't need this scout rifle. Oh, that's the only focused weapon? I don't want to go do quick play master because quick play is just terrible mechanics. By the way, you guys should never do those. But who cares about unfall? Bungie needs to put more focused gear in these playlists because it just makes it where people turn on the game to see what there is to focus farm. And if it's not what they need, they don't play. I don't know about you guys, but I've been trying to get Smoke Jumper 2-piece and then 2-piece Ion for each character because it's the best set bonus. And for 3 days, I've got 1 piece for my Hunter. My Titan took about 2 days to get. It's not fun because you can't target farm. So anyways, going back to this tweet, I commented here. I wanted you to read my reply. It's a debut for people that didn't grind, but the idea should have been announced earlier. Feels like it's a panic change. Give us more content and less quality of life changes. I just want to address why I said this. I don't care about quality of life changes. I don't need more vault space. Either does the community. We need more activities to do. When new stuff comes out, we should be doing new activities. I've looked through some of these reply and people want old stuff. Again, I'm not trying to call anybody out and I'm not going to just highlight a tweet, but there was people commenting on my post saying they want to do old content. They want to do old raids. Eden of Chaos here. Wish they would bring back past dungeons and raids, forward armor sets, bonus bonuses and weapon perk pulls and have some tiers to them as well. A lot of people in the community think that this is a good change. Do we really want to go farm Templar for the 8th time? I don't care about armor sets. I don't want to do old content. I agree, it should be in the game. Right now, you should be able to go farm a Vision of Confluence if you want to get it to tier 3 to tier 4 to tier 5. Yeah, you should. That's just giving Bungie an easy way to add old sloppy content to the game so that they don't bring new stuff. Where's Menagerie 2.0? Where's Niobe Labs? Where's Reckoning? When new seasons come out, you should be doing a new seasonal content, not, hey guys, who wants to go do Star-Crossed and Encore in Renegades? So then I want to highlight another message here. Well, how do you intend to keep the 550 people busy for more than 6 months? I do want to point out that most of you probably power grinded when the slashing happened. It was the week of my wedding. Everyone was using the broken sword and they were just using that sword to one-shot bosses in the playlist and go from, I know someone that went from power level 400 to 550 in that week. So you have to understand now, they haven't said anything about boosting our power level, so they might make us go up another 50 or 100 power level. That's okay. But what if they don't? And again, I'm just going off of what we have right now. If power level doesn't change, what are you supposed to do in Renegades? Are you supposed to farm a lightsaber that'll take you a week to get? Well, probably 3 weeks because they'll time gate it. Do the dungeon or see what's new. If you guys remember, let's go back 2 years before Edge of Fate launched. The last 2 years of Destiny. What did you do when new stuff came out? There was no power level grind. So as soon as new stuff came out, you went straight for the new stuff. And as soon as you were done with it, you'd put the game down. It's a bad business model. We have all these new changes for the portal. Now, I agree, the portal sucks, but I do see some light there. If they just made it like Solstice or being able to go to Kepler and focus your gear. If you could focus farm your gear in any portal activity you wanted, grinding for smoke jumper, tech sec, an auto rifle, a sidearm, if we had focused farming gear, you would be happy. It's that easy. But designing the game like they've done in Edge of Fate to just grab player retention, that's all the game is now, is player retention. How many hours can we get people to grind? Go check the daily player charts. That strat didn't work, Bungie. You're at your all-time lows, worse than Curse of Osiris. What is it going to take to wake up? I bet you got another Eververse store coming. I bet you got more Eververse stuff coming in the store for people to buy. Just make good content like we know you can, but don't take the heat. Don't have tweets like this come out when you're panicking just because you didn't want to announce this a month ago because you didn't know what you wanted to do. People were complaining since day one of Edge of Fate about the power reset. You should have known better. And again, some of you might be like, Clyde's being a little tough on him. I'm not. I want the game to do good, but I just feel like management's not helping. It's not the devs, it's not the board, the management. Someone's making these ideas come up in the game, stuff that they're putting in the twit every week, and I feel so bad for DMG that he has to sit there and tweet to the community and tell them things are going to be okay. Whoever's making those decisions to put these wrongful little buffs and little changes and, oh, hey, play the game how you want, but we're going to nerf your grind. Hey, play whatever activity you want, but we're going to take away grappler. Hey, that activity, go do onslaught right now and get 5 completion drops. Hello? Let me point out one more thing real quick. If you don't have friends in Destiny 2, you get shit on. Let me point it out real quick. Cabal's Watch. I can do this activity around 6 minutes with 2 people from my chat. But guess what? If you have to matchmake, you have to play at -40, terrible dog shit modifiers. But if I have 2 people join me from chat, I simply, at 524 power, I need to put on pressure cooker to finish in a good time, and then throw on maybe 2 modifiers. We put on solar threat, void threat. This is high enough score. I am 16 power levels below the activity because I'm playing with 2 people that I'm friends with. So you're encouraging people to either have people to play with, which we all know when you open up your friends list and your clan list, they're gone. You're encouraging them to just get destroyed in these matchmaking activities. I did one. I did it on accident because every time I finish Reclaim, I have to go in and set these modifiers again. I accidentally went in on a match made and I'm like, what is happening? Why am I getting dumpstered? And I was like, oh, we're at -40. It just, that doesn't make sense. So when people sign on, I'm warning everybody here, everybody watching the video, stay out of this quick play stuff. Don't ever do it. Ever do it. Don't ever use match made deltas. They're terrible. How do you think everybody's leveling up so quick? Because they're playing with other people. Just LFG. Literally make an LFG post, who wants to farm, so you're not playing with random people. I'm sorry I got a little uppity, recording this video, but I'm sick of it. I'm sick of these stupid mistakes. Now, are we excited for Renegades? Sure, the dungeon's probably going to be a banger. And yes, we get to have a lightsaber that we can throw out and it could just suspend enemies. I'm not really a Star Wars guy. That's right. You guys probably made it to this portion of the video. Clyde doesn't like Star Wars, and I just grew up on it. Kids used to get shoved into lockers. If you were a Star Wars guy and you wore a Star Wars t-shirt to my high school, you got beat up. It was just a different time. Do I think Star Wars is cool? Hell yeah, I think it's cool, but I just was never into it. But I'll take a lightsaber all day. Give me a lightsaber. I'm with it. But again, what are we going to be doing? We need marketing team. Bungie just got smoked for the epic raid race. They didn't market it. They didn't even tell anybody. They could have said, here's the trailer, right? The first boss gets killed. The Hydra dies, then the Wyvern, and then the Hob, and then boom, screen goes black, and they go, we're just getting started. You haven't seen anything yet. And then cutscene, and that's it. And they would have never shown that there was a new boss coming in Epic Raid, but they just teased it. If they would have marketed the Epic Raid a little more, they would have had better turnouts, but the numbers were terrible. So now, with tweets like this, they better start releasing some juicy twids, not promoting Eververse. We don't care about Festival of the Lost and all these little silver sets and Eververse sets you can buy. By the way, what I'm showing you right now is a light.gg gunburn weapon that's coming in the Halloween event. Now you might be like, Clyde, I've seen this image before. It looks really familiar. That's right, Timmy. But let's roll down and see what RPM it is. It's a 900 and it's a kinetic one. So all of a sudden we know that it's a kinetic one, but we're never going to take mint off. But let's look at the perks. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Kinetic tremors and attrition orbs are in the 4th row. You know what this says? Hey, we don't want another situation of the multi-mac. They don't want you to have that gun again. So the best roll that you could probably get on this is this cool perk, which Bewildering Burst is actually really good. When you reload this weapon after defeating a target, it causes the next hit to cause a kinetic burst, and it's actually pretty cool. So you could stack that with kinetic tremors or attrition orbs. But they did this on purpose. The other 2 weapons for the Festival of the Lost are terrible. One's a bow and the other one's that dual loading shotgun that we've seen before. It doesn't make sense. You're not going to take off Yeartide and you're not going to take off Mint or use the exotic pulse rifle. It's the new Recluse Mountaintop. So I'm just saying, this is the stuff that's coming that people don't even know about. I'm sorry if anything I just said offended anyone, but I'm just passionate about this game. This game changed my life. I just wanted to do good. And we're always seeing something go back. On my closing thoughts, I do think that this is a good change for season 28 because people didn't want to lose their power level or unstable cores. I do want to point this out, but they just did this because they're folding and they don't know what to do. Every single thing that they've made in the decision the last couple months is because they offered a bad idea. The community hated it, so they backtracked it. There's no balls. There's no speak with confidence and go, hey, we're going to give you this because we know it's a good change. Not once have they done that. I hope this exotic axe is fun as hell. I really hope that this mission's fun. We're going to be running it nonstop until we can unlock all the perks. We might be able to get it masterworked and get all the catalysts by 2026. Let's hope and see. It's not that time gated. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys next time.